Hello, my name is Malerie. Thank you for watching GCTV. I'm interviewing my friend Brian Routhier, who works at Savage Arms as an industrial electrician. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. What is the process of becoming an industrial electrician?
Well, you have to start as an apprentice for 5 years and work 8,000 hours under a certified electrician. And then basically, once you do that, you take a test and become a certified, licensed Massachusetts electrician.
Oh.
And then from there, you can move to the trade of either residential, commercial, or industrial. And I just found more, I seem to enjoy the industrial part of it a lot more than the residential side or commercial side. So I stuck with that.
Oh, that's cool. How do the people at your company make guns?
Well, there's a few different things. We take a raw bar of steel, and it comes in, and it gets drilled, and then it goes through a process of computerized milling machines and turning machines, lathes, to turn it down and drill all the necessary holes, and then it goes up, and they have to treat the barrel, and then it goes on to, then they make some other parts. They make each individual part, and then it goes up to people that assemble it all and serialize it into a rifle.
That's cool. What brought you to your job at Savage Arms?
Well, I was learning. I was actually working with your dad at another place, and he was teaching me the control side of it. And then, unfortunately, it was an hour drive for me. Oh. And with my kids, I wanted to be closer to home, and the job came up at Savage Arms to start doing, the industrial electrical that I was doing when I worked with your father. And so that's why I went there, because it's 15 minutes from home. And I've been around machining my whole life because my father's a machinist, so just all kind of made sense.
Did you do any training to get your job?
Yes, that's where I was talking about the apprenticeship. I had to work in the field under a licensed electrician, and I worked under a guy that doing industrial actually for 3 years of my apprenticeship. Out of the 5, I worked with an industrial guy, and that's where I kind of got my love for doing the industrial side of the trade.
Oh, okay. Can you tell me about the company Savage Arms?
It's been around, I believe they started in 1875, and they're still going strong today. I don't know too much of the history about it, but I believe it started as Stevens Company, and then at some point it switched to Savage Arms. I'm not sure when. I don't know too much of the history, unfortunately, about that.
Mm-hmm. What is your daily life in the factory like?
Well, basically, I'm on the industrial electrical side, I'm a troubleshooter. We come in and we get our list of the machinery that's went down overnight, or sometimes it goes down during the day, and we have to go out, we take and figure out what the problem is, try and resolve the issue, order the parts, change the parts, fix whatever is broken, and get the machines back up and running on the electrical ends of it.
Oh, okay. Massachusetts has strict laws around guns. Does that affect your job in the factory?
Not too much, for the fact that we sell everywhere. Like, we don't just sell in Massachusetts. We sell to all 50 states, and I believe we even sell outside of the states. So It's not too bad.
When you started training as an electrician, did you expect you would end up in a gun factory?
Nope, I did not. I started actually doing residential, and I figured I was going to just stay there. And then I switched companies, and that company did more commercial work. And then I started working with this one gentleman, and he did a lot of industrial stuff, and he needed help, so they sent me with him, and it just kind of took off from there to, be an industrial.
That's cool. What are the challenges of learning that specific line of work?
There's a lot of challenges. Because I have a code book that we have to follow, so there's a lot of rules and regulations that we have to maintain, so everybody stays safe. Really, even working on some of the machines, there's safety equipment that we have to know for OSHA to make sure the people operating machines also stay safe. So there's quite a bit to learn.
Oh, wow. Is your job similar to electrical engineering work, or is it more similar to industrial work?
It's not really engineering. It's more the industrial side of it, yeah. Engineering is kind of a step up from what I'm doing now. I'd like to become an electrical engineer, but we'll see. Time will tell.
Are you in a union?
Yes, we are in a union. It's not an electrical union. We're in a machinist union, so it's a little different, but it's still, yes, it's a union.
What are the biggest challenges of the job?
The biggest challenges are, I guess, going back to the troubleshooting part of it. Sometimes it could be, when you're looking at an issue, it could be several other issues creating that one issue. It's breaking down the issues and looking in what we call the blueprints for the machine and following them to try and trace out the issues to get it back to the issue. That's the challenging part. Sometimes one issue could be created by another issue. So that's the challenge.
What is the most rewarding part of your work?
The most rewarding part is when you finally find that issue and repair it, and the machine starts up and it's doing what it should, and you get to go to coffee break.
Oh. Do you have plans for the future of your career?
I do. I'm hoping to get there. I do a lot of troubleshooting of the industrial controls, and I would like to get into more of the programming side of it, which is what we call PLCs. I'm an amateur PLC programmer. I don't know much about it. Everything I know, your father's taught me.
Oh.
He's been very patient with me of learning it. So I'm getting better with it, and I would like to do more of that in the future than the actual troubleshooting side of it.
Do you have advice for people who want to go into your line of work?
I guess my advice would be it's a great trade. I've wanted to do it since I was a kid. It's always interested me. I think it's a fun trade. But if somebody wants to get into it, I say go for it. And don't stop at residential. Keep going. Go right to the industrial. I have a lot of joy in that. It's fun work. It's fun watching the machines do stuff that you just fixed or programmed to make it do it. That's the rewarding part. So if they want to get into it, the industrial, I think, is where it's at. But start with the residential, but keep going. Don't stop there.
Mm-hmm. Does any of the skills you use translate to your personal life?
I would say yes. I mean, I do use a lot of my skills outside of work. Working on my own home or helping out friends fixing their electrical issues. So yeah, that I do use it. It does in my regular life, yeah.
Do you have anything else you'd like to say to GCTV's audience?
No, I think we covered a lot of it. Just it's a good trade. I recommend anybody to give it a try and go for it and take it from there.
Well, thank you for coming on my show today.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. And thanks for watching GCTV. See you next time.